Yo, welcome. What's up? You know who it is. Welcome to Lamb Chops, where I serve rare cuts of truth, wisdom, and sports commentary, marinated and a little bit of audacity. Go on, pull up a chair, a stool, even sit on the curb. My takes, unfiltered, unapologetic, kind of like your granny's recipes, except no substitutions. Now, you might clutch your pearls. Good. Pearls need to be clutched. I'm your host, Eric Lambkins II, and I'm here to make you think. Let's chop. So, you know how we begin. Tonight's word of the day, contumacious. That's contumacious, right? What does it mean for those of you who skip Latin to watch TikTok fights? It means, somebody who's stubbornly disobedient, somebody that's rebellious. Now, you're going to hear this word throughout the course of the show. Starting up first, what do we have in store? I got to talk about Tyrese Halliburton, voted most overrated by his peers. He dropped a game-winning shot with 0.3 seconds remaining on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, some of y'all call him the Halliburton. I'm going to call him Timothy McVeigh because he just rocked Oklahoma City. After dropping the towers and the hopes in New York, I won't forget about you, Building 7. After he beat them in 6 games, Timothy McVeigh dropped a bomb in game 1 of the NBA Finals with 0.3 seconds remaining to lead the Indiana Pacers to a 111-110 victory over the Oklahoma City Thunder at the Paycom Center. Now, this game was poetry. The Pacers had 18 turnovers in the first half. 18. They played like raccoons in a dumpster fire. Then in the second half, they rose out the ashes like phoenixes. You see, the Pacers, they're not like teams led by some stars where they fold under pressure. Nah. These Pacers do not quit. It doesn't matter if they're down by 10, 15, 20 points, or if they're playing rugby on ice skates. Y'all know who their coach is, right? Y'all remember that head coach, that Jim Carrey lookalike who demolished the super team in 2011 with the Dallas Mavericks? Yes. That Rick Carlisle. He has these guys firing on all cylinders as if they were running on the speedway at the Indianapolis 500, even after trailing by as much as 15 points. Now, these Pacers, they play like life. Indiana trailed all but 0.3 seconds in the contest. You're down bad. You're working 2 jobs to fuel your dreams. You might even be fresh out of jail. No matter the odds, no matter how things look, keep grinding. If no one but you believes in you, listen to me. I see you. I believe in you because you're here rocking with me. Now, we're all eyeballs. I get it. I'm the black sheep of my family. We might not have the flashiest game. Dare I say, we're misfits. And as long as we have breath in our bodies, we still have a chance. You contumacious dreamers, keep grinding. Here's a little bit of wisdom for you. Though a righteous man falls 7 times, he rises again. Now, I have to take a quote from Apocalypse Now after that bomb that Tyrese Halliburton dropped. Yeah, that's my anthem. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Hey, thanks, Tyrese. Now, injuries. I've been thinking about that. You don't get to the finals or any championship game completely healthy, right? It's a brutal tax that athletes that athletes pay for our entertainment. Now, I know a lot of you are quick to slide in their DMs when they dunk, when they miss a shot, when they make a penalty. I've seen some of your DMs and tweets, and I must say, I'm appalled and thoroughly disappointed at what you send when your parlay does not hit. But when they hurt themselves, when they're broken, it's crickets. We treat athletes like gladiators. We cheer when they bleed and we ghost them until they're healed. Y'all wouldn't ignore your dog's torn ACL. Nah, you sit there and nurture your puppy back to health. Now, I'm a little more privy than most. I see and talk to some of Los Angeles's best athletes in the locker rooms, in post-game press conferences, before games. I ensure to go check up on them. I may shoot them a message, a card, a book. I can't speak for any other journalist, but I'm there to make my impact in this game through true connections. I know this is a transactional industry. What story can I get from you? What information can I get out of you? But I'm left to think about how lonely and isolating it is on the trainer's table for a lot of these players. They're not with their homies. They're not with the team at practice. They're relegated to side quests and side missions to regain their form. Now, I've spoken to droves of athletes that have told me that at times when they're injured, it doesn't even feel like they're on the team. But see, that's where you come in. Send a damn get well meme. Send them a letter, a care package to the facility. Matter of fact, tell them Elam sent you. But reach out to them to show them that you consider them more than a commodity, that you see them as, here's a novel idea, human. You never know. They might even tweet back. You see, a friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. Translation, rebel against fair weather fandom. Slide in those DMs. Speaking of DMs and on the internet, I got to address the Church of Bron. Like, I need you guys to learn how to debate. Matter of fact, let me break down the anatomy of a good sports debate. See, a great sports take isn't simply yelling, oh, Bron is greater than MJ on the post where the future Hall of Famer isn't even mentioned. A well-timed and placed comment, it should kind of sizzle, right? It's marinated, it's well-researched. There's something called evidence, there's nuance. It should be both engaging and add value. The NBA dropped a graphic on Instagram that had the last scoring champ and MVP to make the finals. It's happened 8 times, right? Steph, AI, Shaq, Kareem, and there's this guy, the GOAT, Michael Jordan, who accomplished the feat 4 times. By the way, he also won a championship 4 times when he accomplished it with 4 final MVPs, but that's a totally different topic. Now, the Church of Bron came under my comment that simply said it always comes back to Michael Jeffrey Jordan. That's all I said. I was addressing the meme, or the graphic rather, because Mike was on there 4 times. Here comes the Church of Bron, the priests, the popes, the fathers, if you will. Oh, well, he only played against plumbers. Really? Bro, your dude can't even beat YouTubers, podcasters, and coders. I saw JJ Barea dominate him. JJ Barea. Now, Michael, the PG, he's brought something up that I thought is pretty important. Now, mind you, he was saying that Doggy Style is a greater album than Mad Villainy. which is completely blasphemous, but I digress. He said it's really an argument over best versus greatest. Now, LeBron has had the best career, right? He's the top 10 in every statistical category: missed shots, turnovers, buckets scored, points, assists, rebounds, uh, times lost in the Olympics, or gold, bronze medals in the Olympics. However, you want to parse the conversation, LeBron James is there, right? But we live in a country where no one can stay on topic. We're talking about MVP winners who made the finals. LeBron's not on that list. See, his airness. He battled 34 legends on the NBA's top 75 list. That's 44% of the list. This includes legendary names like Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, Hakeem Olajuwon. The list goes on, right? Of that list, Mike had a winning record against 14 of these 34 players. He also went undefeated against 10 of them in the postseason series. Imagine playing the World Series of Poker against 34 sharks and not folding a hand. See, y'all debate GOAT like it's a custody battle. The fool does think he's wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. Stay humble, man. Cite your receipts. Church of Brian, y'all need communion. Y'all need to get baptized. Whatever it is, you got to do better. Speaking of doing better. So I'm driving around the city and I didn't see, right? I saw 3 dudes live streaming in South Central like they were hosting Survivor Gentrification Edition, right? They had a pretty expensive camera and they were not paying attention to their surroundings. Now, for those of you who don't live here or who don't live in the city, a la Palmdale, San Bernardino, wherever, right? When you're in Los Angeles, you need to have your head on a swivel. I don't care if you're in Watts or Westwood. I was told sleep is the cousin of death. And if you get caught snoring out here, running your pockets will be the least of your worries. Now, although gentrification is a real thing, it only takes someone like Yuval the Terrible to find out where you are, where you've gone, where you live. You have already provided super sleuths on the internet with all the information they need. It doesn't take much for somebody to pinpoint your location. You guys do know that there are people in our government tasked with doing these precise things. You don't think that there's some weirdo out there tracking you? We just saw DDG get ran up on by some weirdo for internet clout. I've seen dudes get blasted on IG Live. I mean, drawing their last breath because they got shot in the chest. These young boys out here are not playing, and they for sure don't play nice or fair. See, a prudent man conceals knowledge, but the heart of a fool proclaims folly. Everything about your life doesn't need to live on the internet. Let it live in the group chat. Trust me, likes and shares are not that important. Watch yourself, stay dangerous. And speaking of dangerous, stupidity is running rampant. I can't blame some people for not knowing about Harriet Tubman. Hey, it might not have been taught at your school. I get it. But I am utterly amazed at how doltish some people are. I was sent a reel on Instagram this week where a young woman claimed that Harriet Tubman did not exist. Now, listen, above everybody, I love myself a good conspiracy, but do the homework. Quick history lesson. Born Araminta Ross, she changed her name after marrying a free black man named John Tubman. She took on her mother's name, Harriet, to honor her. Now, Moses carried a revolver and a hymn book. She freed over 300 souls, and she's honored by the CIA for being one of America's first spies. Did you know her work helped the North snuff out the Confederacy? Suck it, Johnny Reb. Oh, and after getting hit in the head by a weight thrown by an overseer, Harriet had narcolepsy. She would have these spells where she would just pass out. She was a badass. Again, I love conspiracy theories as much as anyone I know, but I always dig into things before I purport them as facts. Moon landing didn't happen. JFK popped by his driver. The firmament, I believe it 100%. Saying Tubman was fake is like saying Operation Paperclip was a NASA bake sale. Read a book, weirdo. Your social media degree is revoked. So, in tonight's benediction, let's recap. B. Halliburton, down by 18, don't matter. Rise at point 3. DM injured athletes, rebel against apathy. Don't argue with evidence. Silence the hot take hyenas. Protect your peace. Not every sunset needs a selfie. And most importantly, know your history. Tubman's revolver is greater than your idiocy. I'm your guy, Eric Lambkins II. Stay contumacious, stay resilient, stay dangerous. Peace.